episode 18 of Hawthorne Springs. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Design Candy. This is Hawthorne Springs. Today's episode number 18. We are doing a quick but very eventful, very impactful city update. I want to kind of cast some vision for the next 10 to 15 episodes. I want to kind of recap what we have done. As you can see on the screen now, these beautiful, beautiful flyovers. And really, we have a lot of new Candy Fam members. The Candy Fam is the subscriber base, the people that subscribe to the channel, the community. We're in Discord. We're also in the comment section down below. Make sure you hashtag Candy Fam specifically for this episode, because a lot of new people will watch this. This is kind of like our midway through introduction. So let's get into today's episode. We have built so many things. It's insane how many things we have built, and we are going to overview. We're going to check it out. We're going to go through step by step. I'm going to do some time lapse overviews, and then we're going to kind of go to some ground level things and just kind of show you guys what we're working with, and then cast vision. I want to cast vision for the next few episodes. I'm looking over at my dusty, trusty, infamous whiteboard, and we have a couple of things that we're going to take care of in the next 5 to 10, maybe 15 episodes before we do this again. So Hawthorne Springs is well on its way. Let's get into it. So we're going to start down in what I'm calling the mall mid downtown district, right? So this is the mall. This is loosely based off of, not even loosely, it's literally based off of the 16th Street Mall in Denver, Colorado. You got to know, I'm going to show a little picture of the 16th Street Mall right here. Check it out. Awesome. Love it. See people walking. Awesome. You have to know that every single downtown city, I have to have a mall with a street that's outdoors. I just have to, right? So that's what this is built off of. Now let's check it out. So this is what we built. We built just this long mall. This mall spans from this end of this block here, and it will continue actually to go down to where the water and the riverfront is. That's the goal, right? So we've built most of it, maybe more than a third of it. We probably have we're probably 60% of the way done. We probably have another 30 to 40% to finish up. That's 60. Love it. So yeah, check it out. So it's just really, it's the basis behind the mall is residential light mixed with heavy retail. So retail. The residential is always upstairs, right? So this is kind of prime real estate, and around it you have these really cool office buildings. So you have office and residential, light residential, and high commercial traffic. So yeah, that's what we're working with. You can kind of see here, you have some commercial traffic on the bottom, you have some residential on the top. You have Barnes and Noble, a bunch of parking, so people can't park everywhere. Moving, and I apologize for my frames. I do every episode, but you guys should know that by now. I have 0 frames. Okay, so this is one of my favorite builds of all time, right? Tall Order. It was featured on the City Skylines official YouTube channel, Goal, right? Hashtag Goal, by the help of King Leno. He shouted this build out specifically, but this is obviously the whole street's a mall, right? So the whole street technically is retail, office, it's a mall. But also, this is like the dense part. This is like a focal point, if you might. Let's check it out. It's one of my favorite builds of all time. So hotel up top, you have some restaurants in the bottom, retail on the bottom, and then retail up top, right? Apple Store, Victoria's Secret, Puma, Chanel, Marc Jacobs, Cheesecake Factory, the whole 9, right? Everything is in this mall. Now here's the funny part. As a hearse comes and picks up a dead person, the funny part about this, and kind of the tragic part, is when I built it, it's not functional, man, right? It's not functional. Here's the deal. Big shout out to, I think it's Mr. Potato, Acid Creator. They came out with usable, functional escalators. They're real escalators, y'all. And I tried to accomplish it right here with this elevator. Still didn't work, right? For some reason, that elevator did not work. You can see how janky it is. It's kind of like hidden off to the side. Elevator didn't work for me. Escalators are coming. I'm going to redo this, maybe over like a live stream or something like that. But man, oh man. One of my favorite builds of all time. Just look at it. This looks awesome. And we're going to figure it out. We're going to have people actually utilizing this mall. It's going to happen. Make sure you stay tuned. So that's one of the fun crown jewels of Hawthorne Springs. So, okay, as we go through our city tour, we're also going to talk about what's happening in the future, right? So in the future, you guys see the mall. The mall's on the street. Once we get down towards here, we're going to start changing it up a little bit. So as you can kind of see, it just kind of switched to just pedestrian only on this side of the street. And then you're going to get a little bit more high end here. Then you have what is the highway right here. So you have a highway interchange and then a new street. So this is actually going to evolve, and then the mall is going to end over here. I'm not sure what that looks like yet. We're probably going to do like another stadium district or something over here. I'm not sure. That's going to be in the next few episodes. We're definitely going to do a transportation hub over here like we did in the Union Station for the last episode. If you're interested in transportation, check that episode out. But yeah, that's kind of the goal. So continuing this mall down and continuing just that mall feel on a street. So yep, that's that portion. I love it. Let's go back into deeper. This is another cool like intersection focal point. This is actually a huge museum, and I just plopped in like 3 of them in it. So it just looks super cool. I lost some of the detailing. I had some awesome trees and everything. So we'll go back and add some detailing in this area. There's a bunch of nice trees and foliage and planters and all that fun stuff, but something happened to it. So it's definitely not there. And then you have this like cool intersection, right? So the city is built off of a grid, but downtown, I laid it out, I guess you would call that diagonally, right? So I laid it out diagonally, and the goal was to really offset the skyline. And I think it did a pretty good job of offsetting it. And I'll show you guys the views. Well, you've seen the overlays, and check this overlay out right here. So you can see how like when you're hovering through the city, you see how the buildings are slightly tilted in different angles. And what that allows is for the skyline to pop and stick out just a little bit. Gives a little bit more dimension and character. So that honestly was the goal of putting the streets diagonal. There you have it. You have that awesome look. Now we're back on ground level. You have that awesome look. And what it creates is like these cool 45-degree angle buildings everywhere. It gives me opportunity to put like shops and stalls there. Again, we'll go in detail more ground level things, but yeah, it turned out awesome. So continuing down, we have this awesome district that I just love. And it's kind of like a business district. Technically, we're still in the main downtown area, but we're kind of moving on to what I call like the arena district. And this district it's evolving, right? So you still have older style buildings, but you have a lot of space, right? And down the street here, that's the arts district. So we're not quite at the arts district, but you know, you have like, you're still in it's more businessy. It's more, you know, retail. It's not really housing, right? You're not going to have a lot of housing places in here. You're going to have more shops, more retail, more leisure, more entertainment, right? Look at these views, man. This looks awesome. So right here you have the big, this is one of my favorite areas, right? Like you have this awesome district. I'm gonna pause traffic real quick here. Yeah, this awesome district, and we're gonna face and look this way, right? So look at that. Like you have the FedEx Forum building. Big shout out to King Leno, a genius in building and assets. You have this really cool building here. I mean, look at the skyline there, right? Like the perspective of these people and just walking in this big downtown is just awesome. And it just looks so good. I just love it. And you also have, you know, you have businesses here. You have some convention centers that way, and just the big highway this way with all of the tall density. Man, look at that. It just looks awesome. Awesome. It's one of my favorite districts here in the city. So yeah, we have that district. I mean, we're loosely calling that, like, if it was blocks, it would span from like this street over maybe, and then just in this little immediate area. And so that's mainly the main downtown. That's what we're officially calling it. I think I named these here too. So yeah, we're calling this just the downtown district, right? You'll have uptown, you have old town, and then you have downtown. So next, let's go over to our arts district. Our arts district is awesome. And it's pretty small, right? So it's just this square, these couple squares. It's like 3 square blocks, and that's considered our arts district. It's awesome though. I really enjoy the arts district. It's one of my first builds on the channel. So if you're interested in how we created this, check it out. It's actually pretty simplistic. This sunken piece took a little while, and it just looks like, when you're looking in the context of the skyline, it just looks cool. It just looks cool. I mean, I don't know how else to explain it. It just I don't know what it is. It has a Pizza Hut, a Qdoba, more McDonald's, H&M, just go, like, imagine just going down here and shopping, right? And again, this isn't functional either. If anybody has any tips or tricks, especially all the City Skylines video creators that watch my channel, if you guys have any tips, shout me out, clown me, roast me, everything in the comments below, and tell me how I can get people down here. And it'd be awesome. I know we can do a couple points of interest, and I know we have some people that visit this area, but maybe I'll even put more points of interest in this area so people use it. But yeah, it looks awesome. We have Opera House, a City Opera House asset. We have all of these, like we have Cheesecake Factory. It's just arts, right? So you have performing arts, creative arts, anything arts, you come down here and experience. And just look at the buildings. Like, look at this. I love this asset. Whoever created that asset, I just love it. It just looks so good. And you have like an arts exhibit school here. Man, just look at that. That overview just looks awesome. And then we have, so it has to be downtown. So we built in some leisure and some retail here. So you have some of your classic stores around Puma, your Gaps, your just different walkable areas. And I mean, it just looks awesome. I love how that district turned out. This will evolve, right? So the arts district will continue on this way in our downtown area, and we're going to call the other side of this uptown, right? So anytime that we move in an area, I want to name that area to give it context so it makes sense in the context of this city, right? It's a downtown oriented city. We're going to transition to more suburbs and things like that, but I want to have contextual areas for the vision of this city specifically. So up here will be the uptown, right? You have the downtown, old town, and then you'll have the uptown. And I have a lot of cool things planned for the uptown in the next few episodes. So again, transportation, we're going to build a football stadium. It's going to be dope. There's some really cool assets that I literally just can't wait to plop down. So, okay. So that's the arts district in the downtown district, moving more towards uptown. Let's move more towards what we're calling the capital district. So in context, this city has a capital, and I can't really wrap my brain around the scale of City Skylines, right? So let's go out real quick just to explain this. So here's City Skylines, right? Here's this map. And just to give you context, like, that's the map, right? That's all the way down at the ground. So that would be a little piece right here. That just gives you the scale of what we're building, right? This doesn't look like a lot from up top, but in actuality, that took us 18 to 19 episodes to create. Think about that. 19 episodes to create this. So when it comes to context of, do we have a state capital? Do we have a city capital? I believe that this would be the state of Hawthorne Springs, right? And this would be a city name. So we're going to come up, let me know down below what the city name is called, right? Or let me know. Let's make this collaborative. I really want to know. Let's do this. Let's make this very collaborative. Down below, let me know if this should be the state or should it be a city, because I can see the context for both, right? Because think about it. And you get to see a little teaser of how Hawthorne Springs works. Look at this. So this is where all my poop, all my power, everything comes from. It's hilarious, isn't it? Look at that. Look at the skyline in the back. Now, where I live is in America, in Denver, Colorado. And in Denver, it's not beyond the belief that this could still be Denver. Does that make sense? This technically, where I live, I cannot see the skyline. Where I grew up, I could not see the skyline, yet it was still in Denver. So that's just a tall order, right? Maybe, and you guys let me know down below, majority will win. That's our dilemma. Is this a city or is it a state? Because that has a direct impact on this block of property. Okay, long-winded proposal for the hashtag Candy Fam, but very important. I would love for y'all's opinion on that. Okay, so we're calling this Capitol Hill District, or the Hill District. This is where we start to introduce some light transportation. We have some tram lines here, some light rail, and that light rail actually chases over into the art district and then comes off of the highway here. And so we're gonna have transportation episodes. Don't worry about that right now. We will have a full series of transportation episodes where we literally in depth dive in and go nuts at it. So, but yeah, this is the Capitol district. It looks cool, man. It really looks cool. I encourage you guys, if you're interested in any of these districts, go check them out. One of my favorite districts. It just looks awesome. Flowers, all that stuff. And then look at the skyline. I feel like if you're looking that way, you can see straight down the street there. So when I built this, it stopped here. So to see it all like that is just so cool. It's super cool. Okay, so now we get into, and if you've been watching the last few episodes, we just wrapped up the Old Town. So this is the Old Town. Let me draw it out for you. And this might help too. We might do some districts, but I think I actually have some districts, so that might help. So yeah, we have Hawthorne Springs Capitol, Central Park. We have all of our parks. So let's see. Old Town. There you go. And it's actually, yeah, I guess that's what we're calling Old Town, right? Old Town would kind of span over here as well. So let's get that down. Okay, so you should be able to see it here. So we have our Old Town downtown. We have our Central Park Capitol District, and then we have our Union District that we built last episode. And I'll address that in a second here. So, okay, Old Town downtown. It started off here. So our Old Town district started here, and the reason for the Old Town was I was really worried in the transition to having really tall buildings. Like, where do we stop, right? So we're in a downtown series for now. That will get, again, it'll get super suburban in a second, but we're in a downtown oriented series. And how in the world do we just have tall buildings forever, right? How can we kind of transition the space in between super tall buildings, medium density, high density, medium density, and then low density? So the story that we created was in Hawthorne Springs. It was like maybe like a mining town or some sort of economic boom, and you had all of this like sprawling culture that happened. You had people flocking to it and building new developments and all that. So that's what the Old Town started. And now it's fun because that land has been bought and purchased, and now everything is redone. It's gentrified. I know that's such a bad word, but in this context, you know, it's been made new. It's redone. It looks great. Some of the old shops still exist. They can thrive. Some of the new retail options and all that fun stuff. So that's where that started. This is one of my favorite episodes too. Look at the views. We're gonna go down to ground level. Big shout out to City Walk City Wall. He built these guys, and these look amazing. And so check that screenshot out, right? So you have this awesome district, and this is my favorite part. Like, you have like this river walk, but there's no river, right? So like this, I guess you'd call it a balcony or patio. And then you have like this cool restaurant here that you can go eat at. And then you have a cool underground Apple store that people are going to and getting some, you know, Apple products. And just this area just looks so freaking cool, man. Like, oh my gosh, lots of foliage, lots of color, graffiti. Like, this area is the place to be. So That's what kicked off the old town, and then again surrounding areas that way. So you have this huge highway that's built. This was a cool piece here, right? So you have this multiple intersection on this highway. So when you're driving on the highway, like that perspective just looks so crazy. And obviously there's no on and off ramps for this area. I mean, how would you even do that, right? Like, it's too tall, you could even do it, but it towers over a little bit. And then you have this old school like industrial district, and it's still existing. That's what's really cool about this district, and that's the cool part about the old town story, right? So you could say that you had industrial warehouses and factories and things like that, and then as it grew older, we started doing baseball stadiums and parks and tall buildings. But it just fits so well, like if you're in the context of the city, like, man, it just fit. And I thought that, I really thought that we should put something there, and it turned out awesome. So yeah, you have this cool old town vibe. You have some leaves change, and I think I have some pollution, pretty gnarly pollution somewhere. And the funny part is I'm recording this in fall, so that looks kind of cool. I actually kind of like that right now, right? It looks like some fall colors. One day City Skylines 2 will be out, and we can have like seasons. I think that would be cool with the assets. But yeah, so this part's really dope. Turned out awesome. And then moving along here, we have like kind of a cool retail area, mixed retail. You have housing, you have condos, and man, like this is where I would live, right? If I was living downtown, I don't know, I wouldn't live more central. I would live old town, like the vibes in the old town. Go get a drink, go get some food. I'm sure there will be like a marketplace somewhere tucked into here, right? Like you have a mall tucked into here. You have some high scale, like a little strip mall or outdoor mall hidden in here with all the same stores as a typical outdoor mall, just like we built downtown. And got the baseball stadium over here. You have the Central Park and just shopping and retail and dining, and man, oh man, like it just looks awesome. So that's what we built. We're going over to Central Park here. Central Park features a cool like river waterfall with a lighthouse, some skate parks for all of the inner city kids, some pretty high-end condos here. You have a concert venue and multiple concert venues too. You have amphitheaters and all that over here. And then again, baseball diamond. And then last but not least, okay, I've been talking for like a lot. So, okay, I do want to address this. This was a big point of contention in everybody for last episode. So people really weren't feeling this style of Union Station because it's not realistic. Hindsight is 2020. I, first off, have heard your feedback. We're going to redo this plot of land. My new plan to execute will take hours to do, but I will do it eventually. And I want to take the train tracks and I want to take these train tracks straight. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know if we dig underneath and this is just lower and we have stairs that go down. And so, because we're dealing with kind of two things here. We're dealing with a major highway and then water, right? So even maybe we flip this way and then have it end here and then build around that. I don't know yet, but I heard your feedback. Thank you guys for giving feedback. Again, I'm never past constructive criticism ever. So if you always have feedback, make sure you tell me, because I don't know. I legitimately went into this and I'm like, oh, cool. Like, it's pretty cool. I didn't know that rail lines can't really make 90-degree turns like it's about to do now. I didn't know that was super unrealistic to have one flow in and one flow out on the same line. I didn't know all those things. So I'm learning. Thank you guys so much for your feedback. I've heard you, and we will definitely switch this out. But so this was last episode. This is the Union District. It turned out awesome. I love it. I mean, with outside of even how that looks, it's just cool, man. And people are just flocking into the city, hustling and bustling, man. Like, to see this many people, this many tourists is coming in the city is just awesome. And it's the only train line in, so it's a really good connection point. This will be dialed in a little bit more in depth when we get our transportation episode, just because it's a big hub, right? It's a big Union Station, and it's a hub focal point for the city. So that's it. That's what we've built in the last 17, 18 episodes. We've built all that. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but I mean, just look at it. Look at every detail, every tree, every road, every building was placed, right? And I have to say, it looks dope. It looks really cool. Obviously, this is y'all's favorite series on the channel. By far, it's your favorite series on the channel. So we're doing something right. You guys are liking it. We're going to keep it going. It's going to be awesome. Okay, feature casting. We're going to cast some vision really quick. Next 10 episodes, get your pen and paper out. First off, this is your chance to get in. Right now, let me know if you've watched this long, 20 minutes plus in. I'm telling you right now, this is your opportunity to get in on the ground floor. It's your opportunity to get in right now. Tell me what I should build. The sky is literally the limit. So take the vision that I have, I'm gonna cast it a little bit and also add to it. This is your city too, right? We're building this together. I love building. I never have more than 4 episodes planned out just because I truly want y'all's feedback on what to do. So get in right now. Let me know down below in the comment section. So, okay. A couple of things that I want to do in the next few episodes. My goal is to fill in this side of the downtown area, right? So we're going to call that the Uptown. My goal is to fill in Uptown the next 2 episodes. What will be featured in Uptown? We'll have a football stadium, so it's another stadium district. We'll have a whole district for the stadium. Includes retail, housing, condos, high-end luxury condos, all that fun stuff. That's number 1. Number 2, we will have some sort of transportation hub. I'm guessing it will be right in this area here. So make sure to be on the lookout there. I'm also looking over to my whiteboard. Next thing. Next thing that we'll have. University. University will be a multi-part, multi-series episode. That will probably be in this area. Maybe on the outskirts of town in this area, maybe in the Uptown. That is happening. That will be 4 or 5 episodes. We'll do a big, y'all know I do universities, crazy universities. And then we have, I want to do some sort of Paris district, more to come on that. That's on the whiteboard. And some sort of waterfront, like outdoor space. So maybe in the corner here, we'll do like a cool, like not like a lazy river, what do they call those, like a what are those things called, y'all? What are, like, inner tubes, tube thing, you guys know what I'm talking about. Rapids, rapid ride, something like that, like river rapids where you can get the tube and get in the water. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So we're gonna do something like that there. And then, okay, even more feature cast. We're gonna move out, so I want to fill in at least square blocks, right? So I want to probably get everything surrounding the water done in the intermediate future. Now, once we move out, we'll move out this way and start to dial in. We'll probably have like nothing bigger than like a few residential districts here, and then we'll probably pause and go in the outskirt town, right? So we'll probably do some farms and some things like that. And then last but not least, we will do an airport. The airport will be in the outskirts. So maybe the airport will be out this way, right? We'll do an airport out here and put in the boonies. Airport would definitely be in the outskirts of town. Like, there's no way I'm doing a downtown airport. I can't. There's no way. I would lose so many frames and how many props that I put down. It's insane. So yeah, that's the loose plan. Again, stadium district here, high-end condos, housing, retail around that stadium district. And also in the next 20 episodes, we will do university, airport, farms, housing, all that fun stuff to come. So again, if you have any more specific things that you would like to see, let me know down in the comment section. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching this episode, man. I've talked the whole episode. Hopefully you guys like these episodes. It's an update episode, so if you don't watch this series in entirety and in its full extent, like, watch these episodes. These are built for people who are not watching the full series. You're like, yeah, I'll catch it. I skimmed through. This is your episode. So make sure next time I come up with an episode update that you peep it, because that's all it is. We're not even building. We're just going over everything that we have built in the past. So, okay, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Hawthorne Springs. We'll be back next episode, building that uptown, start on that uptown. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.